I don't know, like, comment, subscribe, turn your blah, blah. Let's try that again. Like. Girl, Miss Teeny. Welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to come and give you guys more in-depth background about myself and what brought me to my weight loss journey, as well as how I ended up gaining all of this weight. So it is Friday. Today is Friday, January 7th, and it is 10:43. I've been up, but I just decided to go ahead and pick up the camera and shoot this video before my grandkids get here. So, with that being said, let's get into it. Okay, so, what brought me to gaining all of this weight? Because before I got plateaued at this point that I'm at now, I was way smaller than this. I was still a larger woman. I don't want to make it seem like I was 110 pounds or 160 pounds or even touching 180, but I was not this heavy. When myself and my husband got married, I was around 220, and I stayed that weight for quite a while, and even fluctuating down from 203 to 210. 203 was my lowest weight before I moved states. When I was living in another state, I was at 180, 175, 180 pounds. That was back when that was like back when my kids were they were teenagers. Now they're all grown adults. So yeah, in April, let's just cut to the chase. In April of 2018, I went to visit my son. It was his birthday, and I went down and I stayed for a few days down there, and we had a great time. It was a great visit. I stayed for about 4 days, and when I came back, I was having pain in my stomach on my right side. It was down low, and I didn't quite know what it was. It lasted for it went on for about a week. And one day I was at work, and I happened to ask one of the nurses, like, what could be causing me pain right here in this particular area, because it wasn't moving anywhere. It wasn't moving around. And she said you could possibly have appendicitis. So that day after work, upon recommendation, I went to the emergency room, and I had appendicitis. It had encapsulated itself, so it was like a balloon had formed around it. And I ended up having to have surgery. I got admitted to the hospital. They wouldn't let me go home. I called my husband. I was bawling. I called my job back. I was bawling. But I ended up having appendectomy. I hope I'm saying that right. But I ended up having an appendectomy. I stayed in the hospital for 2 days after surgery, just for observation, and then they let me go home on the second day. Went back to work after, I want to say 2 weeks. I think I was off for 2 weeks, and I was able to go back to work. When I got back to work, I was still having the pain. Like, I still had appendicitis. And I'm like, I don't understand it. So I take my pain medication. I was taking it, and it just seemed like nothing was helping. Nothing was helping. So, needless to say, in June, I got through the month of May. So in June, no, I take that back. I got to the end of May. And I went back to the hospital. And this time my husband took me. And it was over the weekend. I was running a hot temp. I was really lethargic, and he knew something wasn't right, and so did I. And he knew that I had been having that pain. Hold on one second, let me get some water. If you're not drinking water, drink some water. Okay. And he took me to the emergency room. We get to the emergency room, they take us to the back. I tell him, explain to him what I was feeling, how I was feeling, and where the pain was. But it was radiating to like the middle of my stomach. Okay, so they sent me to have an ultrasound. And they came back and took me back to the room. The doctors read that, yada, yada, yada. The doctor came back in and let me know that I had my fibroids, and that is a major thing with women, is having fibroids in your stomach, in your uterus after having kids or what have you. When I had my last son, they let me know that I had fibroids and that they were big. I had one that was really big, and this is the one that was causing me the problem with the appendectomy. After having the appendectomy, it got infected. So that's where all my pain was coming from. So then I had to go, after I had the ultrasound, they took me back to ultrasound, and they did a vaginal ultrasound to where they were able to look in throughout my uterus and actually see that where my appendix was at. I guess some of the stuff that was around in the sack with it, and the doctor told me he got it all, but I ended up with a really bad infection, and it spread to my ovaries. It happened really fast. It was in my ovaries. The fibroid was pressing on it, and all of this stuff. So needless to say, I ended up having a complete hysterectomy. My doctor, shout out to her, she was going to leave my ovaries intact, my left ovary intact if it wasn't affected, but it had spread because I waited so long. And I guess with that, I would say, ladies, if you're having pains, especially in their down in your abdomen area, and you're not sure, because I wasn't sure, I didn't know, make sure you go to your doctor, get checked up, get checked out. Make sure you're checking to see what's going on with you, and keep a record of like how your menstrual cycles are going and all that stuff. I know it's a bit TMI, but mine was really, really heavy, like to where I would have to sleep with something under me because it would go through that fast if I'm sleeping. So, or use the diapers. So I ended up having a complete hysterectomy. After I had the complete hysterectomy, the infection was not gone. So I was in the hospital for the whole month, practically the whole month of June. And then now it's going into July, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm ready to get out of here. I'm ready to get out of here. I don't know anybody that likes to just stay in the hospital. But because my temperature kept spiking, it kept going up, kept going up, kept going up. They told me if I didn't run a fever within the next 24 hours, that I could go home. So I made it home just in time for the 4th of July. I got out of the hospital. I wasn't able to go back to work. Well, I thought I was going back to work in August, and nope, that didn't happen either. I ended up, after I had my hysterectomy, I ended up having bleeding. So my doctor recommended that I stay off for another 6 weeks. So that pretty much summed up my 2018. I was at home, and I was just, if you're like me, but I've been working since I turned 18 years old. I have been working. I am a woman of a particular age, in the words of Wendy Williams. In the words of Wendy Williams, I'm not as where she is, nowhere near touching that. But I am in my 40s, and my mental health, with having those surgeries back to back, it really sent me spiraling into a sense of depression. Once I was able to return back to work, I ended up getting, right before I came back to work, I ended up getting a promotion. I got a new position, something where I wouldn't have to do a whole bunch of lifting and moving about a whole lot and yada, yada, yada. So with having a hysterectomy, your hormones are like non-existent. They're kind of like non-existent. They don't want you to do hormone replacement therapy. They just want to put you on a whole lot of medicine. I just felt like a bunch of medicine was being thrown at me, like, try this, try that, try this, try that. Because once you have a hysterectomy, you're full-blown menopause. Like, that's it. No more periods, no more anything. The only thing that I could say that was really good about having a hysterectomy was me not having periods anymore. Not having to worry about tampons and making sure I ain't bleeding on myself and, you know, all that type of stuff. TMI, I know. But it sent me into a state of depression. And then even with having the new position at work, I was still not feeling like myself. It was just like a piece of me was gone, and I don't want to cry. I really don't want to cry. I'm sorry. Okay. So yeah, it just felt like a piece of me was missing, and I still kind of feel like that. Sorry. Being, you know, battling depression, and it's an ongoing process for me. I started drinking really heavily, and just not trying to self-medicate with stuff that wasn't good, food being one of them. So fast forward to 2019, and I'm working and whatnot, and we go into 2020. 2019, I was just like going with the motions and moving throughout, and, you know, just trying to put up a big facade like everything with me was okay. So in 2020, I had been hearing about COVID. Shout out to Lovely TV. I don't know if you guys watch her, but I was hearing about COVID in 2019. And she was reporting on I want to say it was 2019, she was reporting on COVID being active in China. So in 2020 I work in the healthcare field. So where I was, the position that I had got moved to, I was an assistant. So I got laid off due to COVID because it was quarantine, and it just was not, they wanted to limit as many people that was in the building as possible. So I got laid off. Filed for unemployment, all of that good stuff. But now I'm just sitting at home. I'm idle. I don't know, what to do. I'm cooking for my husband. I'm cleaning. I'm sitting. I'm drinking. And eating. And eating some more. And eating some more. And eating some more. And before I knew it, my weight was just spiraling out of control. Spiraling out of control. I tried going on diets. I started them, but there was no follow through. There was just no follow through. My best friend lives in another state, so it was phone calls between her and I, but here where I'm currently living is, yeah, so and I really don't like being around a whole lot of people. I like being at home, and I think I fell in love with being at home, and now I'm trying to break myself out of the home so I can get out and do more. That's what the hope is with me doing this YouTube page. I know there are some people that follow me from way back when I first went on my first weight loss journey. That was back in 2014, and I had lost 100 pounds. And I had like a little walking group, and we were out actually walking and stuff, but I've lost touch with a lot of those folks. So comment down below if you were around then and you walked with me, because we went on walks. I started a Facebook group, and I had a lot of people coming in there and all that, but then I got out of doing Facebook. I just really don't like being on that platform. Not speaking ill of it. I eventually may go back to it one day, but right now it's just, yeah, I'm not doing that. So to combat my depression, my anxiety and stuff about being outside of my house and trying to be on a healthy weight loss journey, I've chosen to pick up my camera. I have my phone, I have my camera, I have my computer to edit all this stuff, and I know, some of my videos are looking, well, I've only uploaded 2, so I can't speak on a whole lot, but I've got 2 videos out now, and this will be my number 3. This is just me being a little vulnerable, and my camera's about to die. I'm not videoing on my iPhone. I'm videoing on my Sony Z741, whatever. Excuse me. I'm recording on that today. So hopefully this will show me a difference between my iPhone and my camera. I don't want to keep this video too long. I just wanted to come and say hey to everybody. Give you a little backstory from me. I apologize for crying, but this is just like, it's really emotional for me myself. It is really cold outside. It snowed here recently, so we've got a lot of snow outside. My husband went to work, and I wanted to get a video in before my grandkids got here. Camera died. Decided to go run and grab another battery. I hope I'm not too close to the camera. But yeah, so I don't want to keep this video too long. Like I said, the weather is nasty outside, and I wanted to get this video done before my grandkids get here. My daughter will be dropping them off here shortly. And yeah, so I don't know, like, comment, subscribe, let's try that again. Like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications on so you know when I drop another video or upload another video. And yeah, follow me, share my video, I guess. And I look forward to talking to you guys down in the comments below. And if you have any questions for me, feel free to leave them. I'll answer anything about fibroids, about my mental health, anything that pertains to this video. I will do my best to get you an answer. So yeah, I will see you guys later, and thank you for tuning in to my channel.